So this is the intermediate stuff for Billie Jean. I'm going to be showing you, just demonstrating the riffs that are written out in the tab. Basically I'm just transcribing various synth riffs and string riffs and different instruments onto uke, so we can distribute the riffs amongst each other. I won't be showing you exactly where they are in the song or anything like that. I'm just going to show you one at a time, one riff at a time, learn them one at a time, as many of them as you can anyway, and some of them will be a bit difficult, but the majority of them will be fine. Advanced players can play the more advanced bits. But anyway, just learn as many as you can and then go apply that to the song. So go look at the video and identify, oh yeah, that's that riff there, and just try to learn where they are. Also helpful is that in the chord sheet I have put in little asterisks to demark where there's kind of pretty significant riffs, although they're not all there because it'd just be full of asterisks. So there's no substitute for just going listening to the song, knowing the song, and then being able to apply these riffs to it. So let's get stuck in. First riff is the super simple 2 and 1. Okay, then there's that's plucking the middle 2 strings. Then we go to the 3-string version, F shape. Okay, so you swap to an F shape up there. Now for the 4-string version. So what was different there was on our F shape we added this guy on the 7th, 1st string, 7th. So okay, so that's riffs 1, 2, and 3. Then we're on to 4. You just bar the 2nd. That'll come back later, but busier. On to 5, and so this is D and F sharp minor, and it just bounces back and forth between them for a while, and changes on the final chord. This chord. Okay, so that's C sharp 7. Middle finger on the 2nd fret, and then bar the 1st. Okay, over that section you can do a synth riff, which is we're plucking the middle 2 strings and barring the 2nd. Now what's happening is this note is going to stay where it is, but this guy's going to move. So it goes from 2, 4, 2, 1. Okay, so and again. Okay, that happens over and over. That's riff 6. Next, riff 7. This one is covering some strings. So it goes, and that's 2, 5, 2, 7, 4. So it's in the earlier part of the song. Then we're on to riff 8, which is it's in that whole D F sharp minor section, but this time towards the end it does this slightly different kind of spooky sounding one. So it goes 2, 5, 2, 2 before it does the C sharp 7 and then resolves to a C sharp. So altogether that's, and then C sharp 7 and then C sharp. Okay. Yep. Then to riff 9, which is the busier version of the B minor 7. This time we go down, space, mute, mute. So play, wait, mute, mute. When it's sped up and sped up again. Okay. Sometimes he does a little before he begins to play, but because it's kind of loose. But generally it's like that, but sped up. So just listen to it to get it, and get it. Think in terms of beats and timing, get it nice and tight. Don't be sloppy about it. So number 10, riff number 10. This one is another synth. So that's 4, 4, 6. Then you add the 6 on the first string, then up to the second string for the 7th, and then back to the first chord. Then you keep that shape and just start descending. Then on the first fret, and then your F sharp minor. So. Yep, so that's your synth riff for that section. Now this next one copies the remember to always think twice melody. So you're on the first string and you go 5, 4, 5, 4, up the string, 2, 1, and then straight into your normal riff. So remember to always think twice. Okay, that was 11. Now on to 12. So 12 is a violin sound. And the little squiggly lines mean vibrato. So vibrato would be like, so you try to keep the sustain and wobble the note. So we're going to use that sound here with our beginner shape. And we go, and then we go. Okay, that's it in total. So first one was a beginner shape. Then we start ascending from 4, 5, 4. Then we go back to our shape. And then we use a descending bass note. 4, 2, 1. Same as the first time round. But this time we end on that kind of dissonant, weird one. Our riff number 8. So it's 8 stuck onto the end. Or riff number 8 stuck onto the end. Then we're on to the iconic strings, the descending strings. So this one will be kind of advanced, but give it a shot. So you start off here on the first string, 4th fret. Then you go to the 5th fret on the second string, and you're going to line up your finger on the 4th as well, and you hit the 5th, then pull off to the 4th, then pull off to the 0. Okay. Then you go up a string, and you go down here to the 2nd fret and the 1st fret. So you put your 2 fingers there, or get them ready anyway, on the 1st, and you go hammer on, pull off. So it's a double hammer on, pull off. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then vibrato. Like that. So you put all that together and you get 4, 5, 4, 0, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So just practice it over and over until you get quicker and quicker and quicker. It's a cool riff to be able to do. Then we're on to riff 14. Riff 14 is one of the lead licks, so this will probably be Sean, but right, the way you get this sound is you pluck outwards like that, and you're going to be alternating between your index finger and your thumb, so it gives that real twangy sound, like so, that kind of harsh sound. So we're going to start off on the first string, 2nd fret, and hammer on to the 4th, and then 2. Then we do a quick 2 before we jump up here to the 5. So yeah, and then one final hammer on from 2 to 4 and a vibrato. So altogether that was hammer on from 2 to 4, then 2, then a quick 2 to 5, and then hammer on 2 to 4 and vibrato. Right, and there is a turnaround version that I'll cover in Riff 16. I'll come back to that. So Riff 15 is a synth that's thrown in around here, around this point in the song, where we go 2 on the second string, 2 on the first, slide to the 4, and then back to the 2 on the second with a vibrato. So 2, 2, 4, back to the 2. Okay, just a quick little synth line. It's thrown in around that strings thing, the descending. It's thrown in just before that, over and over, several times in the song. That bit. Cool. So anyway, back to the lead line, and the lead line riff number 16. This is the turnaround one, so this pops up kind of randomly in the solo. It's basically the first section of the normal lead riff, but looped. So it's 2, 4, 2, 2, 5, and instead of finishing off the riff, it just repeats all that again. 2, 4, 2, 2, 5. So when you do it up to speed, it's okay. So that's the little turnaround riff. How that works with the solo, if you want to hear them side by side, it's and then turn around. Okay, so that would be kind of the guts of the lead line. Then we're on to riff number 17, and this is just some strings that exist in it, and it goes very simple F sharp minor, but it is in there. It's quite loud in the mix, so it's worth learning that, especially if all this other stuff intimidates you. Just 2 F sharp minors. On to riff 18, and this one is another part of the lead line, so it's actually offbeat. So if you go, that's what the little X is on the tabs, little marker of a kick before you go 4th fret, pull off to 2nd, and then up to the 2nd string on 5, and then down to 1st on 2, and then you vibrato on the 5 before you go 2. So it's so I'll slower again. So with the kick there, it sounds like this. Or cool little line. Yep. So that's the last one. The other one's the bass line. Might even be worth figuring out a harmony or a higher ukulele equivalent to the bass line, but anyway, leave that to you to another time. Yeah, just keep going at it. Like, take them all slow. Use the YouTube thing and slow down the settings and play it slow and play along with it, and do it that way. There's no point trying to play full speed because it's a fast song. Just build up to full speed over time. But for now, just learn all those riffs. Go look at the video and try to place the riffs and identify them, when they occur in the song. Then compare that with the song sheet with all the chords and even with the little asterisks and everything. And you should be set to give it a good go. So give it a good shot. And remember, you don't get better without trying.